Hey everybody, my name is Mike Montgomery, and today we're building a DIY mobile laser cart with an extension leaf for in-feed, out-feed material pass-through support. So let's get started on modern builds. This is the xTool P2S with the optional conveyor belt in-feed, out-feed system that I'm gonna build a cart for. Material can pass through the body of this laser so that you can work with material extending beyond the bed of the laser. I want this cart to have out-feed support for the conveyor belt and to be as compact as possible to fit my small workshop, while still fitting all of the parts, including the 5-stage air filtration system that xTool also provided. We are starting this project by cutting the 2x4s for our frame. In total, I need 4 pieces at 31 inches, 4 pieces at 21 inches, 4 more at 37 inches, and finally, 4 at 25 inches. I'm assembling the 2 sides of my frame first, and this involves my 21 and 31 inch long pieces. Now I'm gonna flip these over where I'll be drilling pocket holes on each end. This is the new Craig Rebel pocket hole joiner, but a basic pocket hole jig would be plenty for this project. I used wood glue on all of these 2x4 joints, and I clamped the pieces to the table after making sure they were square so that they wouldn't move on me. Clamping the boards down while I screwed them also made sure that all of the faces lined up and were really flush together. And that's 1 down of 2. It looks great, and it's very square. Now these 2 side pieces are gonna assemble with the pocket screws facing in, so they're hidden. I drilled 2x4s where the 37-inch stretchers are gonna be connecting these frames together. And this is where I should mention, if you're interested in building a cart like this or similar, I'll have some basic PDF plans on my website linked below. 1/2 done, now we'll flip it and repeat those steps. And to note, I used 2.5-inch wood screws connecting this 2x4 frame together. And these 25-inch support blocks should add a lot of sturdiness, tying both the legs and apron together. This basically creates a big lap joint once all this glue is dried, and I did add this blocking onto the top of the frame as well. Frame assembly part 1 complete. Everything is super square, and I like that. It's also pretty sturdy. It's a weird joint in the corner, but I like it. My next step is using this 3/4 inch radiata pine plywood to wrap the 2x4 frame. I started by cutting the top and then the extension for the top. That way there's continuous grain when it's all extended. And then I cut the bottom shelf with the leftover from that. I cut 1.5 inches off of the width of this bottom shelf piece, and then I used a 2x4 to mark and then cut out corners for the 2x4 legs of the frame. I did this using my jigsaw. Just make sure you're using a clean wood blade. I added an extra 2x4 support to the framing of the bottom shelf just to beef it up a little bit, since some heavy stuff will be going on here, and then I could place the plywood that we had cut. It was a really snug fit. That's awesome. It also had a little bit of warp to it, so I put a lot of downward pressure while I was screwing this in. After that, I added a 2x4 center support to the top of the framing as well. And now the top can go on. And I've got a 3/4 inch overhang on each side for the plywood sides. But I'm flush with the frame at the back. And you can see the way the extension is gonna hang down here, leaving a little bit of a gap at the bottom for airflow, and then it'll hinge up like this. But I'm about to switch gears and start breaking down the next sheet of plywood. And the first pieces I'm gonna cut are for my 2 sides. I drilled countersunk pilot holes on the plywood panels, that way everything would look nice. Then I clamped it in place while I screwed it down. I used 1.25 inch wood screws here, but if I did this project again, I would have gotten some 1.5 inch wood screws. And that is sides complete. Next, I'm gonna focus on making our fold-out wings that support our extension top. This plywood is the offcut from our 30-inch wide side pieces we cut earlier. And here I'm measuring 3.5 inches off of each corner, where I'm going to be marking a line and then cutting away some of this material at an angle with my circular saw. I'm attaching these wings to the frame with a long piano hinge, and I used an angle grinder with a cutting disc to cut them to length. Piano hinges have a ton of screw holes, but they are really strong. I started by screwing the top, bottom, and middle, then I drilled pilot holes for all the rest of the screws and screwed them in. I used that same technique after clamping each of the wings in place to screw them to the frame. That's a good positive stop.
The plywood top piece has a 2-inch overhang off the 2x4 frame, and that's so these wings and the extension can fold down flat.
I'm not gonna put too much weight on it, but that's legit. Too legit to quit.
My next big step was attaching my table extension to the frame, and to do this, I used a long piano hinge.
Really quick, let's make sure this folds up. Awesome, but before I flip this back over, I'm gonna add a strip of 3/4 inch plywood onto the bottom of our table extension. And so now when the extension is out, everything is flat and square without hitting the hinge when the wings are opening.
And finally, I could flip this cart over to make sure what we just did really works.
Looking good. Now let's test our extension.
This is my first time building a fold-out table like this, and I was pumped to see that it looked like it worked.
Now we can check if our actual extension is flat, and it just looks like we need a little bit of shim action to make it perfect.
I cut quite a few shim pieces, but after finding the right size, I glued it to the wing.
That's flat. And it wasn't the plan to add those shims, but I'm happy with it as a solution to our problem. Something just must not have been perfectly square. I'm gonna blame one of my factory edges or the warpedness in the plywood.
To make this cart mobile, I added some 2-inch locking casters with 2.5-inch wood screws going into the end grain of the 2x4 legs.
We did it! Everything still rolls and feels really solid. With weight on these shelves, I think we are golden. And now it's time to start loading up this cart. But first, I want to give a big thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring today's episode. Your one-stop shop to build your own website, and that has never been easier. With Squarespace's design intelligence and Blueprint AI, Squarespace's next generation AI-enhanced website builder. And with Squarespace's SEO integration, you can get found more often on search engines. They do all the complicated back-end work to make sure that you show up to potential clients. And with Squarespace invoicing, you can impress those clients with on-brand invoices and streamline your workflow from proposals to contracts, invoicing, and seamless online payments all in one place. And with Squarespace email campaigns, you've got all the tools you need to engage your clients, promote your services, and build your business built in. So to learn more, make sure and follow my link down in the description. That's squarespace.com/modernbuilds. And when it's time to make your new site live, don't forget to use my code ModernBuilds for 10% off your first site, store, or domain through Squarespace. As always, big thanks to Squarespace. Now let's get back to this project. This is a moment I'm very excited for. The xTool P2S is as cool of a laser as you can get. Right now, I'm gonna get the air filter system in place with the hose connecting it to the laser, get everything powered up, and get this xTool running, finally.
I was surprised at how quick all of this set up. xTool isn't sponsoring this video, but I do appreciate them sending out this equipment. After connecting the xTool laser to my computer, I put down some plywood to run a quick test engraving the Modern Builds logo. This whole engraving just took a few minutes, but it looks clean. I can't wait to show you guys.
The first legit cut with the xTool P2S. I'm serious, come check that out. This is like product ready, and I just love the way the grain pops where the laser did its thing. And now I can set up the conveyor belt in-feed, out-feed system for this laser, now that I know that it's working properly. And we'll be able to test if this cart idea was a good one.
This entire in-feed, out-feed conveyor belt system only takes like 5 minutes to set up, and that's big. Because the laser head is only engraving towards the front part of the laser, the outfeed rollers don't stick very far out the back. And that's why I built this xTool cart with only an extension on the front. I loaded in some leftover 1/4-inch melamine to test cutting with and tightened the pinch rollers of the conveyor system. The very first pass I did with the laser, I accidentally put an oversized design for my plank, and it ran off the conveyor belt system. That's no problem though, I just quickly stopped it and then loaded up a different design that ended up looking really awesome. In fact, here's a few designs I did on melamine. Depending on what power you do, it's like printing on the melamine, or you can burn through the material.
And I know I probably shouldn't do it, but I think we can call this a heavy-duty extension. And I'm still not done weighing down this cart. I'm gonna add my thickness planer as well as my belt and disc sander, and that'll make the base of this thing even more bottom heavy. And it gets tools that are normally just sitting on the floor stored away. So seriously, thank you guys for watching. I'd love to hear what you would do differently about this cart. And I think this project has the capacity to be cool for a lot of different tools, not just a laser. I could see a thickness planer going on a smaller sized cart like this, that's also bottom heavy. You could use this all as a table saw bed extension too. As always, big thanks for watching. Make sure and like, comment, and subscribe down below. And let me know, what should my first legit laser project be? I've got a few ideas, and that's gonna be probably my next video, but there's still time to decide, so let me know. Bye, everybody. Boom, 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 expandable.